Hey, Jonathan here. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the Beat Studio headband on your Beat Studio headphones. These are the Pro model. Same process for the Studio 2 and Studio 3. You're going to need a T5 Torx driver to get these Torx screws out of there. We have a kit that includes everything, the part and the tools. So you just want to bend over the hinge and then just remove these screws. It's a T5 Torx driver and T5 Torx screws. So you want to do that on both sides. And then once you got the screws out, we're going to loosen the headband a little bit. So you just pull it apart just slightly. Don't yank on it or anything like that. Be gentle. And once it's loosened, we're going to use our pry tool here, which also is included in the kit. And we're going to start at the end. Now there's a plastic piece inside this rubber headband pad that connects to the plastic piece on the top. So you want to stick the pry tool in between and then pry in an upward motion. So pry up, and then you should hear the unclicking sound. So there is like a snap sound, and it will be both parts separating from one another. And you want to do this on both sides. There are small clips holding these parts together. And take your time with it. There's no rush. You don't want to break anything. All right, so here we have the two parts. Now they're separated, and usually it breaks right there. And here is the headband pad cushion part, and it's rubber, and there's these little rubber end pieces that we're going to show you how to put back in. But there's these tabs here that are what locks this part to the other part. So those are the small tabs, and then here on the plastic piece, the upper part, that's where they lock into. Now we're just going to insert the one end in, one end at a time, and you might need to play with it a little bit, kind of wiggle it just to make sure it gets in there. And then we're going to add the headband cushion part in there. And it's a little bit tricky with these little rubber pieces at the tip, but we're going to end up just kind of working them in there. We have our fingers and also the tool included in the kit, which you can use as well. It works good for this. And you might need to take your time with this, just kind of work it in, move it around a little bit so it gets into the right position. And then once it looks like it's in there, you want to also make sure this wire here is kind of tucked in the middle. And you could squeeze here on this end a little bit just so a couple of clips click into place. And then here there's a little rubber piece still sticking out, so I'm going to use that little tool and tuck that back in there. So once it looks like it's in place, you might need to work at it a little bit, but once it is in there, bend the hinge over, and then you can put the screws back in. So once again, this is a T5 Torx driver included with the kit. If you order from us at Central Sound, we provide you the headband part and also the tools needed. Now once it's all screwed into place, test it out, make sure nothing's loose. So now we're going to do the other side, and with this other side, make sure that the wire is tucked into the little trench on the upper part. So there is a little area where the wire fits into. Just make sure that it's in there, and then once it is, you can start clicking these two pieces back together again. So just apply some pressure, squeeze the two parts together. You should be hearing a clicking sound. If you're not hearing the clicking sound, then it's not lined up properly and you'll have to realign it. And we're going to do it on both sides. So when you're done on one side, flip it over and then do the other side. And just like the other end, we're going to tuck in these rubber nubs and right into the hinge part. And also the middle one gets tucked around the wire. So you can use the tool to kind of push it in there, position it into where it's supposed to go. Or you can use your fingers if that works better for you. So this part probably is the part that takes a little longer out of the whole process, just making sure these rubber pieces are positioned into place. So just take your time with it. Try not to get frustrated. These rubber pieces can be fragile, so they might tear or rip easily if you're too rough with it. As you can see here, it's taken me a little longer, and I just want you guys to get an idea of an actual process playing out without fast forward everything. Now that it appears to look like it's in place, I'm going to flip it over, bend over the hinge, and then install those last two screws. And then once the screws are installed, you're finished. So just check the hinges, make sure everything's working, everything's tight. We have the part along with the tools available at centralsound.co, a complete repair kit.